Hey, it's the IB Experience. Love, liquor, and lifestyle. The IB Experience is about heaven on earth. Pastor IB created the IB Experience as a wisdom brand to equip you to fulfill purpose, reach full potential, and achieve personal freedom. This is about real stories, real people, and real solutions. Welcome to the IB Experience Learning Community. Enjoy learning, sharing, and deep conversations. Let's turn that setback into a setup. With clarity, you can act decisively, trust the future, and make love and life outcomes predictable. Understanding your purpose, the problems you solve, your target market, and your unique path empowers you to live above feelings and sentiments, break out of addictions, switch emotions, and unlock your God-given destiny. The IB Experience. There's more within. Switch it on.
One very important yardstick for measuring the extent to which a relationship is healthy and qualified for an upgrade into marriage is that weaknesses and strengths are identified, they are accepted, and they are complemented without an ulterior motive to change the other person. Please, these are very profound words. I didn't say you identify somebody's weakness and tolerate them. It's degrading, it's dehumanizing to tolerate a person. No. If you want to do life with them, you accept them for who they are in spite of their weaknesses. You celebrate them in spite of that which makes them different. If you cannot, if you're in a relationship where that which makes you different is not celebrated, is not accepted, then you are not in a healthy relationship. As a matter of fact, not just that which makes you different, but that which defines your area of disadvantage, your weakness. Somebody has to hide. You don't want to hide your weakness. Listen, when you are in a relationship, you don't hide who you are. You don't hide your deficiencies. They have a right to know. They also have a right to reject you if they want. But if they choose to go on with you in the relationship, it has to be on the condition that they are willing to accept who you are without a motive, hidden motive, to change you in the future. Every attempt to change somebody else is witchcraft of some sort. You don't want to do that. If you can't accept somebody without changing them, please respect them enough to check out of the relationship. Like I have always said, if your strength exposes their weaknesses, it's a red flag. If you have been tolerated in a relationship, it's a red flag. If you are planning to change somebody, it's a red flag. Accept them the way they are. Be willing to celebrate them, even if they don't change. Don't celebrate them in hope that they will change. Celebrate them for who they are and leave them the way they are. If you can't accept this explanation and, whatever, please respect them enough not to marry them. Listen, validation and acceptance is what might change a person. That is, if they will change. Validation. Make them feel like the king that they are. Validation. Call out the queen that they are. Validation. Celebrate them. You know what the Bible talks about? Calling those things that be not as though they were. We like to apply that when we're believing God for money, when we're believing God for success. We want to call things that be not as though they were. But for our partners, we don't want to call them kings unless they act like one. Then they're never going to be kings. We don't want to call them queens until they act like one. then they're never going to be queens. You must call the things that be not as though they were, and if they come forth, great. But you see, in human dynamics, people become defensive. People become resistant as soon as they identify that there is an attempt to change them. As soon as they identify that there is an indication that they are not accepted, as soon as people feel tolerated, they do not only go into defense mode, they become offensive. There is an emotional disconnect. It's a question of time. There is a physical disconnect. Never deceive yourself to go into a relationship hoping that certain things and certain indices are going to change just because you got married. That they're not going to change. They're going to get worse. You don't want to do that. So face the reality. If you can't accept people for who they are, then that relationship is not healthy. If you don't feel accepted for who you are, that relationship is not healthy. Defeat neediness enough to walk out of any sign of toxicity in a relationship. You don't want to take that to the next level.